Right, guys and girls, welcome back to another video. Thursday 19th of July 2018, it's 8:48 right now, 47, something like that. Anyway, so we have here a Retron 5. Now this is the like sort of Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, NES, SNES, Famicom, which is the Japanese version, I believe, of NES or SNES, one of the two. And we've got Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. You can play pretty much all of those. It has a memory card on slot, so you can plug that into it. And if you get the adapter, you can also do the Sega Master System, and I believe the Sega Game Gear or something. Yeah, Sega Game Gear. And some other ones. I think there was like 3-in-1 cartridge adapter. And I believe this is, you can use actual proper original 2 SNES ports, 2 Genesis ports, 2 NES ports for using with the controllers. Now I'm not too sure if I can use the original controllers from the mini version on here, because I've got the SNES mini and I've got the NES mini as well, and both come with control pads. And where is it? And this one comes with a HDMI cable, the actual, which one's this one? This one is, because that's, oh, this is the Nintendo, the NES, so that's that one. This is the official one, and it's got a HDMI port on the back right there, so that's pretty cool. But this one, you have got no cartridge loader on it. The games are built in these ones. This one, you have to buy the games with it, or you can put them onto a memory card, I believe. Retro Reloaded. The Retron 5 brings retro gaming to the HD era. Play your classic cartridges like never before with enhanced graphics, sound, screenshots capability, and save anywhere capability. Multiple system compatibility. Retron 5 allows you to play your favorite NES, SNES, Super Famicom, Genesis, Mega Drive, Famicom, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance cartridges on one system. You can also play Master System games with the use of the power base converter. So you need to use the power base converter before you can actually play the Sega Master System games. And to be honest, Sega Master System back in those days were just like top notch, because I think I had the number 1, and I think I had Sega Master System 2, which was the brown sort of console. It was like black and brown, and it was quite long. It was actually quite long. I'd say it was that long, and you had, I think it was like Alex the Kid built into it, so that was pretty awesome. But these ones, you don't get any games with it. This is the entire system right here, and you get a controller with it. But lucky, I actually got a bit of a sweet deal on a couple of games today. This is also in high definition. The HD output up converts the signal to your HD TV. Well, I've got a 4K TV, so a maximum output resolution of 720. And well, the thing is, this is a Retron 5. Now, if they make a Retron 6, now what could they do for backwards compatibility? Maybe use it for Sega Saturn. N64 would be awesome. Nintendo 64, if you guys and girls haven't played that, GoldenEye and stuff on it, classic games. I would actually buy the 6 as well. And yeah, or the Sega X32 would be awesome as well, because I've never actually played the X32 cartridges. Not too sure which console that was, or if that was a separate system. But Sega CD, actually I think it's called Sega CD, which I think was I'm not too sure if it was the Sega Master System or no, I think it was the Mega Drive, but it had like a top loader on it, and you had the Sega Mega Drive next to it, and there was like a sort of a load one for discs. So you had the one for the cartridges, which was Sega Mega Drive 1 and 2, or whichever console, and there was a sort of a platform where you could put the Sega X32, sort of like an add-on. What they did with the Xbox 360, so you could play HD DVDs on it, which was the high definition DVDs, which actually got killed off because Blu-ray came into it and stuff, and that was a long time ago. Retro, so this one, it says here, video enhancements, customize your video settings with a variety of different filters and shaders, effects including scan lines, audio enhancements utilizing audio interpolation. The Retron 5 produces a smoother, crisper sound output. Cheats, pre-built cheats that can be accessed at any time points during the gameplay for most games. I think you've got to do updates on that. The original controller ports, 2 original controller ports, 6 total for each platform. Compatibility, Retron 5 will play both PAL and NTSC, so that's the American version, so that'll be like 60 Hz. 50 Hz is for the UK, which is like 240, 250, I think, volts. And then it says here, the original compatibility, the Retron 5 will play both PAL and NTSC cartridges. CIC lockout chips and FX chips are no longer going to be an issue, as we aim to achieve 100% compatibility with all cartridges. So yeah, that means then when I get the Sega Master System add-on or port, I think it was converter, then I'll be able to get California Games 1 and 2. I believe there was a second game. Then I'll be able to get the one with the robots on Sega Master System, classic game. I might do some actually, do some live streaming on it maybe at some point, but I need to get myself a capture card, a HDMI capture card. I got the one somewhere, but I want it so I can connect it to my Apple Book, MacBook. And then do it that way so I can stream it through, or maybe just do it so I can stream it through onto a cartridge or memory card, and then just put it through to my YouTube straight away directly. So yeah, I could do some live streaming with this at some point. Yeah, what games you guys and girls would be interested for me to play through? Not on the Nintendo ones, because Nintendo don't like to play, but Sega, sort of Sega games, Sega Master System, the Mega Drive, maybe Genesis, some of the Genesis games. So yeah, that'd be awesome. Anyway, so what do we have here? Might set this one up, and I might check it out and do sort of a quick test on it in a minute, just a quick test. So a nice little edge. It's got one of these like little funny sort of, where it's on the corner, on the edge. Right. So if I take this off, I think they did have a problem with this, right? With these cartridges beforehand, where people were saying that they were breaking off the cartridges. But if you use an SD card and you just put the games onto an SD card, it should work that way theoretically. And you won't even need to ever use the sort of like whatever cartridges, and you can protect them and all that. But if you're getting I suppose in a way, if you're getting brand new, you should be right. You shouldn't have a problem. Alright, let's have a look. I need to get this out of the box. I'm going to put this in a different box. I'll probably end up throwing this box away, or maybe I'll put it in the shed for a time being in another box, because I want to try and make some room. And this one's almost broken anyway. Yeah, it's broken on here. I believe this was 150, brand new. You say it was brand new, but the box looks really, doesn't look that too good at all in there. Just looks empty and faded. So we have 3 different power outputs here. We have the 3-pin plug right there. That's the one I use because that's the British English version. Then we have the American version, and then we've got the, not too sure what this is. If this is, wow, I don't know, what is this? Never seen this one before, guys and girls. This one looks like it's sort of like Japanese or something. I don't even know what the hell this is actually. Is this No idea. It's got N on it. Or M. N, M. I'm not too sure, but what I'll be needing it for is basically for the power adapter. Now this is the power adapter right here. Looks quite nice actually. Just a standard sort of power plug-in. Now I wanted this because I wanted to play all the old retro games, and might actually do sort of a retro, put it on my Retron or retro channel, gaming retro channel for old games. Maybe do some Nintendo games on my other channel. Not too sure yet, but be quite cool. Just see how well this pans out. But I bought a couple of Sega Mega Drive games today, actually. Some good ones. So I might do a sort of a playthrough with a couple of them. Right, so this one, 3-pin plug. Make sure it's on properly. Not too sure how you actually do it. Hang on. Ah, hang on, don't tell me. Is this one that goes on here? Oh no, that comes off, I believe. I believe that comes off. And then this one slides. I believe that one slides on there somehow. There we go. Now we've got ourselves a British, English, UK version of the AC adapter, which actually outputs from 100 to 240 volts, 50 hertz to 60 hertz. So 60 hertz is like the American version, 50 hertz. But don't forget, this console can actually do NTSC and PAL as well. PAL is the actual UK version, which we use, which is basically 50 hertz. So what we have here. Now my mum got me this because I wanted to do some old gaming and stuff, and I can do some old gaming for you. Now this one here has got a charger, so you just charge that up by the looks of it. This is the controller. Oh, got a little bit of a clicking on it. I don't like it when it sounds too clickety click. Look at that. That means when I'm spinning, that's the actual joystick bit. Oh, bit. I mean, they're solid, don't get me wrong. Okay, just moving that around, that just like. Yeah. And then you've got the home button, then you've got the start button. And what's this? Is this is these actually batteries? Not too sure if these are actually batteries or not. No, I think it's just ordinary, like, plug it in. It's supposed to be Bluetooth, I believe, or wireless. Wireless, anyway. Alright, then we have, looks like a standard sort of mini HDMI by the looks of it. Mini HDMI to a normal sort of USB, sort of mini USB. So that's pretty cool. Then we have the HDMI, which is in there. It's not like you haven't, guys and girls haven't seen a HDMI before. but just in case you want to see the entire lot, there's the HDMI, which actually looks, guys, a HDMI to HDMI. So that's awesome. Whew. Oh, bloody terrible weather we're having, guys and girls. It's been hot out there today. Even though it looks miserable, it's still hot. The climate is changing constantly. Now it comes with a manual, Retron 5 for GBA, SNES, NES, Genesis, Famicom. I want to get the Addams Family game, and probably Home Alone as well games, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, and probably start doing some like retro gaming on my channel, which would be absolutely awesome. Now this is actually quite cool. Actually, it feels too plasticky. Actually, it doesn't feel. It feels cheaply made. To be honest, this feels really cheaply made. So that's the thing here. So we got at the top, we have, actually that's not the top, we have the top here, it's backwards, just here. We have this one here for that cartridge, just there, which is Genesis. So that'll play all your Genesis cartridges there, this one here. Then we have the SNES, which is this long cartridge door bay there, just there. And then just under it we have the NES, which is this one here, just the third one along. And then below that we have the Famicom, which is the Japanese version, so you can get all those from Japan, or you can probably get them online and you can play them all. And now at the front we have our Game Boy game cartridge bay there as well. That's pretty awesome, guys and girls. Like Game Boy Advance. Not too sure about the SP though, but that looks quite cool. We have got a SNES port on there to put a controller in, so you can put that in. And then I can close that one up. You can put these little things on the side just to keep them nice and clean, stop things getting in. Then we have NES1, so you can put in NES. Actually, NES, that doesn't look at NES. It kind of looks like a Genesis, but yeah, NES. So that's that one there. And it's got it titled there as well, guys and girls. Then we have the Genesis, which is got the Genesis pins there as well. That looks more like a Genesis pin, or Sega. I hope they bring a Sega Saturn out actually at some point, because I'd like to get my hands on some Sega Saturn games, because I remember playing Tomb Raider on there. Then it's exactly the same on that side, so you've got left and right. And then we've got a memory card slot right there. We've got a HDMI, we've got the power, I think, is that the power bit? No, that's not the power bit, that's nothing there. USB, just there. This actually, that must be, not too sure, that is probably just there, nothing that. But then you've got your power bit there, then you've got your USB, so that'd be charging up the control pads, or the control pad itself. And that's pretty much all they say about it. And it says 0700, whatever that means. I'd probably presume that's how many they've actually made of this already. But this is like purple, black version of the console. Anyway, and that's pretty much it for this, guys and girls. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the unboxing of the Retron 5. And I hope at some point they do bring Retron 6 by Hyperkin, because that would be super awesome if they brought an N64 out. I thought Nintendo was going to do a mini version of the N64, which would have been super awesome, because that would have been official licensed by Nintendo. You know how they like it. But you also know how Nintendo are very extravagant when it comes to gamers who are doing live streams of their games by Nintendo on YouTube channels. So they kind of get shut down. Well, they say they don't mind it, but they want you to sign up to a website where they can do where you can do Nintendo games, but they want at least like nearly the entire profit, and they don't want you going to another YouTube channel doing videos for them. So they kind of like restrict you in a way. So yeah, anyway guys and girls, if you enjoyed this episode, do like, favourite, share, comment, subscribe. This is going to be like an unboxing anyway video, so I'll probably put Retron 5. I'll see how well it goes, I'll set it up, and I'll probably do another video of it, doing me playing one of the games quickly and all that. Anyway, cheers all for watching, stay safe all, and I'll see you on the next video.